Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep into The Wizard of Oz today.
Oh, a classic.
But not just the story, the actual 1939 film script.
Oh, interesting.
We're going to, uncover why this movie with, the ruby slippers and the catchy songs, why it still kind of resonates with us all these years later, almost a century.
Yeah.
It's more than just like a childhood thing.
Totally.
There's something timeless about it.
Absolutely. To really get it, I think we have to go back to the beginning.
Right.
Back to 1939.
Okay.
It was a crazy year. The Depression was still hanging on here in the U.S.
Right.
And, Europe teetering on the edge of war.
So you've got audiences looking for some kind of escape.
Exactly.
And then Oz pops up.
With the color and this message of hope.
Yeah.
It was pure escapism,
Yeah.
A way to step into a world where anything was possible.
It's funny. I was just rewatching it with my niece.
Oh, no.
And I was struck by how, I don't know, how relevant it still feels.
Yeah.
Like Dorothy and that wanting to go home.
Right.
That feeling of being lost.
Yeah.
It's
universal, right? That longing for connection, to belong somewhere.
Yeah.
It makes her journey something we all get.
And it's not just about home, is it?
No. It's about finding your purpose.
Yeah.
Where you fit in.
Right.
Within yourself.
And the friends she makes along the way.
Oh, the Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion.
They're not just, funny sidekicks. They each want something. Brains, a heart, courage.
They represent what we all crave, I think.
Different sides of all of us, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And their journey, it's like a metaphor.
Okay.
For how we grow as people.
It makes me think about what you said earlier, the whole historical context thing.
Oh, right.
Do you think those themes,
like
the self-reliance, the whole you have the power within you thing,
absolutely
hit harder because of what was going on in the world?
Oh, for sure. People were dealing with so much back then.
Yeah.
This message of hope that you can overcome anything.
Yeah.
It would have been huge.
And let's not forget the color.
Oh, the color.
That shift from black and white to Technicolor.
Yeah.
When she lands in Oz.
It was revolutionary, wasn't it?
It must have been mind-blowing.
It wasn't just a technical thing. It was symbolic, too.
So the dreary Kansas.
Yeah.
And then bam.
All the colors of Oz.
Yeah.
Literally stepping into a brighter world.
I bet it had a huge impact.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The film was saying, come on in, your dreams can come true here.
And those scenes, like the poppy field and Emerald City.
Yeah. They must have been just stunning.
Okay, but the color is great. But what about the script itself?
Good point.
What clues are there that this was going to be a classic? We can't just rely on the visuals.
No, you're right. The appeal goes deeper than that.
Right.
It's baked right into the story.
Okay.
Look at the characters. They're so well crafted. Relatable, flawed, but they can grow.
Yeah.
And the themes, home, friendship, finding yourself.
Yeah.
Those are timeless. They speak to everyone.
You know what? It's like
the
film was giving people a guide.
Oh, interesting.
For how to get through tough times.
Okay.
Dorothy, she's resilient, never gives up on good.
Those are qualities that would have resonated.
Yeah.
And they still do.
So we've got the timing of the release, the use of color, the universal themes.
It all came together.
Okay, but what about the story itself?
The nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
How does the script set up this adventure?
Let's look at the beginning, see what we find.
Good idea. The opening is simple, but it sets everything up.
Okay.
We see Dorothy, this young girl, stuck in Kansas.
Yeah.
And it all starts with this small conflict.
You mean Miss Gulch?
Yes, and Toto.
Oh, right. She wants to take Toto away.
It seems minor, but it speaks volumes about what's going on inside Dorothy.
Okay, I see that.
She feels misunderstood, not appreciated.
Like she doesn't belong.
Exactly.
And that's before the tornado even hits.
She's already looking for something more.
And it's interesting. The Kansas characters.
Hunk, Hickory, Zeke.
Yeah.
They're almost like hints of what's to come.
Oh, you mean like foreshadowing?
Right, exactly.
They're like prototypes.
Prototypes, I like that.
For the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion.
Yeah.
Hunk, practical, use your head. Hickory, kind, have a heart.
Right.
And Zeke, all bluster, show some courage.
It's subtle, but it's there.
Brilliant.
It is, isn't it?
She's got these figures around her.
Yeah.
Embodying what she'll look for in Oz. But she doesn't see it yet.
Not yet.
Her journey will be about finding those qualities within herself.
Right.
But it all starts right there in Kansas.
Exactly. And it's not just them,
Yeah.
Even Professor Marvel,
Yeah.
the guy with the show.
Yeah.
He plays a part too.
Okay.
A bit of a fake, sure.
Right.
But he gets Dorothy thinking about adventure.
That scene with the crystal ball.
Yeah.
Where he pretends to see Aunt Em in trouble.
I know, right?
So manipulative.
Total con man.
But he's also kind of awakening something in Dorothy.
He is. He's a catalyst.
Yeah.
You know, even if he's a weird one.
So he's pushing her towards Oz.
Yeah.
Speaking of pushing.
The twister.
Oh, yeah.
That's not just a random plot device.
Right.
It's symbolic, isn't it?
Totally.
It's like the thing that rips her away from everything she knows.
And throws her into the unknown.
Chaos, disruption.
Yeah.
But also, like, a metaphor for the journey she's about to go on.
It's like sometimes you need a shakeup.
Exactly.
To get you moving.
And think about how that twister looked.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 39.
Must have been incredible.
A true spectacle.
Okay, so whirlwind of emotions, visual effects, and boom, she's in Oz.
Color everywhere.
But it's not all happy, is it?
No.
She lands on the Wicked Witch of the East.
And that's important.
Right.
It sets the stakes.
Okay.
This isn't just a fairy tale.
Right.
There's good and evil here.
Yeah.
And Dorothy's right in the middle of it.
And what about those ruby slippers?
Oh, those are key.
They're not just for looks, are they?
No, they represent something.
What do you think?
They're like her power.
Interesting.
Glinda gives them to her, right?
The good witch.
Yeah. Right. And they can get her home.
But she doesn't know that yet.
Nope.
It's like we all have that potential inside us.
Waiting to be unlocked.
Okay, so she sets off down the yellow brick road.
To find the wizard.
Yeah.
Get back to Kansas.
But it's more than that, isn't it?
Oh, so much more.
What do you mean?
It's about how she changes along the way.
Okay.
The challenges, the friends, the lessons.
And those friends.
Oh, yeah, those lovable misfits.
They each have a role to play.
Every single one.
Let's talk about the Scarecrow.
Okay.
He's not just a dummy, is he?
No way.
He's like that desire for knowledge.
Exactly.
For intelligence.
That's it.
And Dorothy, she gets him right away.
She sees past the straw, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Sees his worth.
It's like when she helps him down from the pole.
Yeah.
She's freeing him, literally.
Figuratively, yeah.
And then there's the Tin Man.
Oh, the Tin Man.
Rusted solid.
Wants a heart.
Yeah.
It's like a reminder of empathy, compassion.
Yeah.
The things we forget about sometimes.
Right.
When we're chasing other things.
He wants to connect.
To feel.
And Dorothy oiling his joints.
Yes.
That's pure compassion.
It is.
The start of her own journey, I think.
Towards understanding her.
But there's danger too, right?
Oh, always.
The Wicked Witch with her monkeys.
Yeah.
Always lurking.
It reminds us
that there are bad things in the world, inside and out.
The witch, she's like those forces that hold us back.
Right.
Keep us from being who we're supposed to be.
And the way she attacks Dorothy.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that growth is hard.
It's never easy.
And then there's that poppy field.
Oh, the poppies.
Beautiful, but dangerous.
So seductive.
Like all the distractions that can pull us off course.
The things that make us forget what's important.
And that's where the lion steps up.
The cowardly lion.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
But he carries Dorothy.
Through the poppies.
Yeah.
Showing true courage.
It's not about not being afraid, is it?
No, it's about acting anyway.
Powerful stuff.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
When people were facing so much fear in their own lives.
We all have that courage inside us.
Somewhere.
And then they reach Emerald City.
The Emerald City.
That shining city of hope.
But it's not what it seems.
No, it's all an illusion, isn't it?
Smoke and mirrors.
Everyone's wearing those green glasses.
Distorting reality.
And the wizard.
He's just a showman.
More concerned with his image.
Than actually helping anyone.
It was like a message about authority.
Don't follow blindly.
Yeah.
Trust your own gut.
And I love how they use humor.
Right.
To show that the guardian at the gate, the wizard himself, they're funny.
They show how silly it is.
To put our faith in power.
Real power comes from within.
And that would resonate.
Oh, absolutely.
People were questioning everything back then.
Governments, institutions.
So Dorothy and her friends,
Yeah.
they've faced their fears.
They've come so far.
And now they're with the wizard.
Thinking he has all the answers.
But they find out.
The journey that matters,
Right.
facing those challenges, that's what changes them.
And the wizard,
Yeah.
he sends them on another quest.
For the broomstick.
He demands it.
Yeah.
And that sets up the rest of the film.
The crucible.
Where they become who they're meant to be.
Exactly. They're not looking for approval anymore.
What?
They're proving themselves.
And that's something we can all relate to.
It is, isn't it?
Discovering our own strength, our own path.
The journey home. And that quest for the broomstick.
Yeah.
It takes them into some dark places.
Oh, yeah.
The forest gets creepy, all these strange creatures.
Yeah.
Like, the further they go, the more they face their own inner stuff.
Those scenes always felt more than just spoopy moments.
Oh, right.
They're like visuals for what's going on inside them.
Okay.
Like the talking trees.
Oh, yeah.
Offering those apples.
So tempting.
Yeah, but dangerous.
Right.
It's like all the false promises that can mess us up.
Lead us astray.
And those monkeys.
The winged monkeys. Yeah. Under the witch's control.
It's like fear itself,
Yeah.
That feeling that can just stop you in your track.
Yeah.
And then Dorothy gets captured.
Taken to the castle.
Yeah.
Her friends don't know what happened to her.
That's got to be the darkest part.
It is pretty intense.
The hourglass.
Yeah.
Counting down.
Like hope is running out.
It shows that even when things are good, there's always the possibility of
darkness.
But even there, in the witch's castle, there's a little bit of resistance.
You mean the Winkies?
Yeah, the witch's servants.
They're not totally under her spell.
Right.
They want freedom.
Yeah.
A chance to escape.
It's like even when things are bad, the human spirit, it finds a way to hope.
For something better.
And the Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion.
Yeah, good guys.
They don't give up.
They go after her.
They sneak into the castle.
Dressed as guards.
It's pretty clever.
And brave. Risking everything to save their friend.
Shows how strong their bond is.
It does, doesn't it?
And that inspires the Winkies.
Oh, yeah.
To finally rebel.
They've had enough.
People coming together against a common enemy.
Powerful stuff.
And then the witch melts.
Oh, yeah.
Iconic scene.
Terrifying, but also kind of satisfying.
Right.
This powerful force of evil.
Yeah.
Gone just like that.
It's a great visual, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Dorothy throws the water.
Yeah, to save the Scarecrow.
And it just destroys the witch.
The water, like life and purity.
Yeah.
Overcoming all that bad stuff.
It shows that even a little bit of good can make a huge difference.
And then the Winkies are free.
They're so happy.
Celebrate.
They give Dorothy the broomstick.
Yeah.
They see her as the reason they're free.
It's about more than just defeating evil, isn't it?
What do you mean?
It's about what comes after.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the liberation.
And then they go back to the Emerald City.
Broomstick in hand.
Thinking the wizard will do what he promised.
But he tries to weasel out of it.
Yeah.
Gives them excuses.
But Dorothy's not falling for it.
She's learned a lot.
She's not that naive girl anymore.
She knows to question things.
And then
Little Toto pulls back the curtain.
Reveals the truth.
The wizard's a fake.
It's a bummer.
It is.
But it's also like a wake-up call.
Right.
Don't be afraid to look behind the curtain.
See things for how they really are.
And the thing is, the wizard, even though he's a fake, he still has some good advice.
Like what?
He gives the Scarecrow a diploma.
Acknowledging his brains.
The Tin Man gets a heart-shaped clock.
Right.
And the Lion, a medal for courage.
He's confirming what they already have inside.
It's like, sometimes you learn from unexpected places.
Exactly.
And those lessons, they're the real magic.
More than any spell.
But Dorothy's still in Oz.
Right.
The wizard takes off in his balloon.
Leaves her behind.
But he says something important.
What's that?
You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
The key to the whole thing.
And she realizes...
It's the slippers.
Yeah.
They can take her home.
She had the power all along.
She just didn't see it.
She's learned to trust herself.
Yeah.
To see her own strength. And then she wakes up.
Back in Kansas.
With her family. And she knows it wasn't all a dream.
She's changed, though.
She's not the same girl.
She's seen too much.
And that line.
Which one?
There's no place like home.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows that line.
That's more than just about a place, isn't it?
It's a feeling.
Belonging, love, connection.
We all want that.
It's about appreciating what we have.
And those things, they're more important than ever.
So The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's not just for kids.
Okay.
It's about facing your fears.
Finding your strength.
Finding your way home.
Literally and figuratively.
It's the journey that matters.
And the treasures you find along the way.
Thanks for coming on this journey with us.
Down the yellow brick road.
Keep exploring.
Keep believing.
And remember, there's no place like home.